What's up, guys? Welcome back to DYAD in the Force. I feel like this episode needs no introduction.
Woo!
The last frame left us with what we needed to know about what's coming this episode. And as much as I tell myself I'm ready for what's going to happen, I really don't know if I am.
I mean, I know that I'm not, so that's cool. Because while I know what, I don't know how or what it looks like or what the extenuating circumstances behind it. So I am a raw dog in it. I don't know. Let's
going in blind, I suppose.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Let's just jump into the episode and see what happens. One thing I would say about this HBO sizzle is it's always I associate it with like the Red Wedding and all kinds of like really terrible things happening in shows.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh. Is that the angel or the devil on her shoulder?
His brains are on the floor.
You got full fucking power lines.
Oh, isn't that great?
I mean, I'd be intimidated. Like, God dang!
Here are the problems. They've got 4 main gates, no other ins or outs, guard towers flanking each exit, mounted patrols, all heavily armed, overlapping routes.
And these guys are trained.
Yeah, they've got some vets down there, for sure.
Yeah, it's not like we could let them go.
It's true.
She's willing to kill him.
The beginnings of an idea for a plan? Maybe. Just need some time. Have to let it crystallize.
But you're onto something.
Concepts of a plan. I like it.
Okay.
These are a bunch of people who are like, you're going down a path I can't follow.
Yeah.
I'll take the next watch.
I don't know how you could do anything in that kind of weather. Even if you are decked out in Patagonia shit. Or North Face if you're that type of person.
I also don't know how the zombies or whatever could function out there.
No, I do.
It didn't mean anything. She was probably just trying
Stop
to make
being
you
a sore
jealous.
loser,
It didn't
dude.
mean anything. It didn't. I wouldn't do that.
I'm screwing with you, man. I already know. I don't
Okay.
care. Come on, get dressed. You gotta go.
You're the worst.
He had me in the first half.
It's kind of fucked up you did that, though.
I like him.
What am I doing?
Council put the town on alert. They're using their own dead like insulation.
30. Fuck.
There you go,
Okay.
Choco.
Yeah, sprinting back on their horses. All right.
What did she
Now,
just
if
say,
you don't
man?
mind, I'm gonna go on patrol with him. Like fucking daddy-daughter day. Okay? Okay.
We go to the forest.
To the forest? Do not go to the forest, sweetheart. It's such a bad idea. Now, young ones, old ones, right quick into basements and cellars.
People get drunk and say awful shit they've never thought before.
Ellie.
No, that's fair. I shouldn't have said it.
That is some valley, you know?
Now I'm wondering if they actually used the dead ones as insulation, or did they just make a ball and the ones on the outside died? Froze to death. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But with the introduction of the stalkers and intelligence, they probably it probably happened like that, and then they were like, oh!
Please don't tell me. So Joel comes to them, and then the next patrol is Ellie. And at the same time, there's going to be a snowstorm and an attack in the city.
Luckily, I don't know that much because in the game we don't see a lot of the city.
Tell her to crank the signal. Call all the patrols back.
Because we get all of like the parties and like the preamble, and then as soon as you go out with Ellie, that's things kind of kick off.
Yeah.
Said Maria wouldn't be supportive of his farming.
Ah, okay. That is one of the letters that we read in the game.
You okay?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Joel having to put him down.
If you saw our reaction to episode 1, I put scenes from the game where you find his Firefly tags.
What are you gonna do? Couldn't be saved.
Couldn't be saved.
Well, now I'm wondering, did the guy actually turn, or could this be a situation where, being a Firefly, he figured something out, and Joel had to put him down so he wouldn't let anyone else, and this is just what he told everyone?
There could also be a situation where, like, he literally couldn't be saved, and he was like, "Just kill me. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want
true
to
too.
get eaten."
Could have fallen down a hole or something like that, and like.
At least it was a fluffy landing. Unless it's packed.
Nah, I mean, no one's up there. There's gotta be some fresh pow. Uh-oh. High five it.
That's freaky.
Don't like that. Girl, you better run.
They're in igloos. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's legitimately terrifying.
Oh, that was close.
I mean, pretty soon they're just gonna all crowd in and make a tower and get over it.
Ooh.
Trying to get that kiss.
Oh.
This deal just keeps getting worse all the time.
It's the My Time Is Now guy. Oh.
Can you run?
Whenever these situations happen, I always have to like think.
It's too far. We'll freeze before we get halfway.
I'm aware. How are we doing?
Oh man, I was clenched that whole time. I couldn't.
Man, you can't afford grudges in this time. In
Try him again.
dystopia.
Again.
Everybody's doing what they gotta do. I hate to prime, but that's the call.
Then don't. Then don't.
Get fire now.
Come at it from both sides, northwest and northeast. Meet up in the middle.
I'll take northeast. How much time do you think we have?
They've been plotting to take down Jackson for a hot minute.
Is there a stalker calling them? We've got cordyceps in the pipes. That one girl going to the forest, she might be safe.
Dang.
Get
They got flamethrower duty. Yeah. I love that though. Like you board up the doors and they have tractors at the doors and then they have stuff on the tractors and
Yeah, they have a plan. Oh, that's a wall.
Push! Push!
Oh, that's such good engineering. The way the ramp bounces as it reaches the bottom.
dang.
It's like Helm's Deep right now, man. They got really great positions.
My friends can help you get back. We can fight.
Oh, I hate you right now. Someone is calling them.
What was that?
I want to know who's directing all of them. What are you doing? Oh. Oh, you gotta take shotguns to that beast, man.
No!
We see none of this in the game.
Fuck!
I mean, let's see if he has iframes on his roll, on his dodge roll. Parry! Parry! What a new and interesting smell you've discovered. I imagine it stinks horribly.
It's the dot damage. I mean, all things considered, they're doing pretty well. Oh my god, so epic. I just got so hyped with that scene.
Get that shit away from me.
This is going to put you to sleep. This is going to put you to sleep for 1 hour. That is all. I promise.
That's a nice scar you have on your right temple there. I'd say you're about, what, 6 feet?
Where was the last place you saw the fireflies?
Right now. You guys.
I saved your life.
What life?
Oh.
Tourniquet him.
Mel, let's just do what we came to do.
And one doctor. You remember that one? An unarmed doctor you shot in the head. I've been in a militia for 5 years now. Seattle. I'd warn you not to go there, but little chance of that. Anyway, our commander trained us to follow a code. It doesn't matter if you have a code like me, or you're a lawless piece of shit like you. There are just some things everyone agrees are just fucking wrong. Oh, it's funny. I have waited
No,
so...
just shut the fuck up and do it already.
Damn.
I hate the ever-living shit out of Abby. But Caitlin is doing such a good job.
Joel, get up! Joel, fucking get up! Joel, get up.
End it.
Joel, get up. Please. Please get up. Get up. Fucking get up! Please don't. Please don't. Please don't do it, please. Please don't. Please don't.
Shit.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna die. You're all gonna fucking die. The answer to that question that we have been asking is no. I don't think we're ever ready. Even knowing.
Wow. So that was rough.
I didn't think I could feel that way again. The same way that I felt the first time that I witnessed that in the game. And lo and behold, they were able to elicit that emotion again. And I guess the only question I want to ask is, since Ellie is the one that sings that, is that Bella Ramsey's voice singing?
Oh, interesting.
I want to get the energy back up because sat there for a good 13-15 minutes sombers as all, you know, that scene is rough. It's rough in the game, it's rough in the TV show. Did you want me to not spoil how it goes in the game? I mean, it's not that different, but
no, yeah, you can talk about it. I just didn't want to hear the preamble until after, the event.
So, I mean, this episode was just crazy good. We didn't get very much from Jackson or the city proper in the game. Like I was telling Choco during the episode, as soon as we set out on patrol with Ellie and things go down, that's when the game kicks off and you're off to the races. So that attack on Jackson, not seen in the game, I thought it was really cool seeing it. The principal scene that we're going to be talking about is almost shot for shot, angle for angle, beat for beat. The only thing that changed, and I think they spared us this because it is kind of gruesome, is the final shot with Abby is a bludgeon to the head, and his head explodes. whereas
Tasty.
this one is impaling his neck and kind of, doing the whole quick kill. But both ways
which
were...
I do have to say, specifically the way this episode started, which I don't know if that has anything to do with the game, but she said, she saw her father's brains on the ground, and so it would make sense that she would want to repay him in kind. So I get
sure.
that for the game. I gotta say, Disney Plus, if you're watching this, please take a lesson. Mostly just something I've been saying all the time. I love that this is in the second episode, because the first episode was entirely setting up the status quo of the world that we are in. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Disney Plus doesn't set up the status quo. They just start with the story. Like, imagine if this was the first episode. You'd be like, who's Abby? Why do I care? You would get things from context. You could catch most of the stuff.
They would like shuffle around different scenes and kind of fragment it.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't understand the what Joel's going through, and that he's like, that they haven't talked in a long time, and he's seeing a therapist, but he can't tell the therapist what's happening, and the therapist is mad at him for the same thing, and you know what I mean? Like, they created a world that's rich and textured, and then they start the story, and I feel like we are missing that on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean, it's also one of the good changes that's from the game is, I think, like seeing what's happening in the city.
Otherwise we wouldn't care that much on what's, on those people, or
like I mean, in the game you're starting off in the city. You see the status quo as you go through the introduction and like the tutorials and stuff, and then you go off on your first mission. But seeing the city like this, it also kind of puts into context why Joel is relatively off guard. He let down his guard, right? Because Abby needed help. They were running from this horde, and his mind's on the city because like it's on fire and there's smoke's billowing, and he just wants to get back. And Abby sold him on a promise, like, we're gonna help you get back. And he's like, all right, we leave in 3 minutes. And then they just catch him off guard. I mean, it makes sense. As a game, you're always in Ellie's perspective like most of the time, so you don't want the player to know what happened. You just know that they were on patrol, and there some circumstances happened where they got caught off guard. But man, I think Choco, did you shed some tears there?
I mean, I did, but like, good on Abby. I just mean, she had a goal. They were like, I have no idea how we're gonna get into that city, and bring back and get Joel through all these guards, through all of this stuff, and like they send Abby out on watch. So they're like, all right, we'll plan how to get her back, because there's no way in hell that we're gonna be able to do this. And then later she comes waltzing in with Joel, and you're like, how the manifesting does work.
I will say, like, again, I absolutely despise with the passion Abby, the character in the game, and quite frankly right now in the show. But
I feel like I've seen a lot of hate on the internet for Abby just in general, and I feel like, and I don't know if it's a disservice to those who played the game, or maybe it was added because they saw the reaction to the character in the game, but they did set us up so that we would at least understand the perspective going into it.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of, just as we have with Star Wars today, there was a lot of hate for Abby for the wrong reasons. Then there was a lot of hate from the people experiencing the story, and like you would hate Prince Joffrey. Like you hate characters because they're doing things that make you hate them. And
yeah.
And so like,
it's a feature, not a bug.
I feel like I have to step outside of myself and really give credit to Caitlin for that scene, because that was visceral. it was emotional, and even if you didn't know Abby's backstory, just her talking about what he did, you know, and talking about the code and killing people that are defenseless, and then just painting that image of her father again, that would have been enough. But we did get the extra on the front end with Abby's character and her motivation. So just
the
fat,
way that, like,
you know?
yeah, the way she played it, where you could tell that she was cracking, but she was cracking under an emotional weight, not a psychotic weight.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, no, I thought she killed it. I did enjoy how everyone else is like, please stop.
I mean, yeah, that's because, like, in the story, in the game, and in the show, you can tell everyone is just trying to appease her, trying not to incur her wrath, and everyone already is, even though they support the goal, they support the cause, they're all very reticent about hurting anyone else, like having anybody caught up in the crossfire. You know, we see it with I forget her name, but the person who injects Dina. Like, everybody is just except for Falcon. Falcon's like, pendejo. he's all into it, but like, yeah, everyone.
Well, I mean, he also got stabbed a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. But I am so glad that we got to see what we got to see, which was the attack on the city, and then this scene, because the attack on the city was getting a little bit drawn out, and I was not in a bad way. It was getting drawn out where I was starting to think, don't tell me they're just going to milk this until like another episode.
A third episode or whatever. Yeah.
It's kind of like Joel said, just shut the fuck up and get it over with, you know? And I'm glad it's over with, because that takes a toll on you emotionally to see that again. Now we get to see him in Fantastic Four and Mandalorian and Grogu, and move on to the greener pastures, I suppose.
I thought the action scenes were did a great job setting it up and shooting them, and you know, choreographing what's happening. You know, when when they start figuring out what's going on and going around, they've already set up that, hey, these are more intelligent than they were before, or than we thought they were. So it makes sense. You know, they had their different units that had different purposes. We got to see how they had their separate lines of defense, and I'm curious how the community bounces back, or if they bounce back now that the Cordyceps are in the community. Do they gotta leave? When they released the Hounds, that was also pretty gnarly. You know, I do love that, you know, Ellie's relationship with Joel was just bouncing back. You know, she acknowledges these things. It's going to be interesting because we've already established Ellie getting bit and then using the knife to try and obscure the bite marks. But I'm curious what's going to happen when she gets back into the city, because they might look at her. She might get examined medically, and they see this and they're like, I see what you did. This is still a bite mark. And now she doesn't have Joel to have her back. The only other person that knows is, you know, Joel's brother.
Yeah, we all forgot his name.
Pete, David, I don't know. Ghost Rider.
Tommy.
Yeah. So he's the only other person that knows, but he might be dealing with some stuff. I don't know. The entire town might turn against her, or they might blame her for it. Like, hey, maybe what you did is what awakened them. I don't know. I feel like that's going to change her dynamic with them as well. I'm curious how that's going to affect her relationship with Dina. You know, probably not in the honeymoon stage anymore for right now. Yeah, they've done a lot. They've set up a lot. I can't think of anyone whose acting was bad or felt out of place or anything like that.
I will say, without priming or spoiling anything, I know the answer to all the questions you asked. I like when you brought up Ellie and Joel's relationship too, because that scene in particular has it's doing a lot of heavy lifting for Ellie's part as well, because from episode 1 to now, they have been on the outs with each other, based on this kind of truth lie that Joel told about saving her. But her reaction to seeing him, like on the floor, all like beaten to a pulp, is her true feelings. You know,
I mean, it's a family thing. It's like you I'm mad at you. You're irritating the crap out of me. You want the best for him.
Last thing I want to ask you is, because you brought it up on our previous reaction, there are things unsaid. And this is something that I didn't want to prime either, is because you touched on it and it happened. They weren't able to reconcile with each other. You know?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as in the morning when they were talking, she was like, "I'm over our beef. I'm ready to reconcile. I'll go out with him this morning."
Yeah,
you know, and it's funny because he went out earlier with Dina because he wanted to let her rest. So even then, even throughout all this, like,
they're thinking of each other. Well, let us know in the comments section how you dealt with this scene, how you dealt with this episode. It's a tough one. A lot of this reaction was for sure silent, but you can see in our faces everything that we're feeling, and we can't wait for the next episode. The Last of Us is killing it on the TV show front, and there's still more to come. I did tell you guys in the beginning of this reaction series that, based on the game, that's just the beginning. This episode and that scene is just the beginning.
I mean, they already said that the second game is going to be multiple seasons, so there's going to be a lot more.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more videos like this one, and for like Star Wars stuff as well. Hit the bell icon to turn on notifications. Join us on Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific for our live show, DYAD in the Force. But that's it. On to the next one.
For cordyceps in life.
Oof. We are all shamblers suffering from dot damage.
Yep, and it's time to beat it like Abby.
Oh.